Welcome to Sociology. Welcome to the online version of Sociology. You will find this course interesting, exciting, engaging, and enlightening. Peter Berger argues that the first wisdom of sociology is this: things are not what they seem. We will engage each other, uncovering knowledge that will lead to new ways of thinking and fresh ways of viewing our social world. Sociology allows us to investigate and respect other cultures, and thus understand their viewpoints. Travel with me on this sociological journey. Much awaits our intellectual curiosity, critical information. While sociology interests some and bores others, it is my hope that you receive critical information in order to understand society critically and analytically. Most students are interested in receiving a good grade. I agree. Still, you must work and study to receive the best grade possible. Don't take shortcuts. Don't make excuses. At the end of the day, however, what did you learn? What can you take away from sociology that will empower you for a lifetime? And are you willing to share what you've learned with others? Ponder these questions as you complete assignments and engage your classmates and myself. Learning experience. Remember, don't settle for mediocrity. Push yourself to exceed your expectations. And may you have an enlightening and productive learning experience. Enjoy the semester. What is sociology? Sociology is the scientific study of human social activity. It is the systematic study of the relationship between the individual and society. Put simply, sociology is the study of society. Humans. Sociologists are interested in humans, that is, groups and individuals. Groups and individuals include students, police officers, teachers, nurses, athletes, protesters, etc. Social activity. What are people doing? What are individuals and groups doing? How are they arranged? Who are the leaders? Who are the followers? Social structure. Social arrangements gets at social structure. Social structure guides our behavior. Social structure reflects order, organization, patterned relationships. The structure of a college classroom is professor and student. Generally, classrooms are arranged in auditorium style. Each group, that is students and professors, performs a specific role in the classroom and maintains a certain status. Social activity. It varies by structure. For example, courtrooms, restaurants, churches, airplanes, etc. maintain specific activities connected to their structures. Theoretical paradigm or sociological perspective. Please note that I use these terms interchangeably. A theoretical paradigm is a set of fundamental assumptions about the operation of society. Paradigms may also be viewed as an image of society, a view of society. Theoretical paradigms are designed to guide our thinking and research. There are three major paradigms in sociology. That is, there are three major ways of thinking. Number one, structural functional or functionalist perspective. Two, social conflict or conflict perspective. Three, symbolic interaction or interactionist perspective. Functionalist perspective. Functionalists assume that society is a complex system whose parts work together to create stability for the whole of society. Parts refer to institutions like religion, family, school, etc. Functionalists ask, What is the function or purpose of religion? What is the function of family? What is the function of school? For functionalists, each institution has a specified function or purpose for the operation of society. For example, the function of the family is socialization and procreation. The function of school is to educate. The function of religion is to provide moral guidance. Functionalists are interested in balance and equilibrium. Social dysfunctions imply imbalance and instability. Social dysfunctions are social patterns that have undesirable consequences on the operation of society. For example, crime is dysfunctional. In order to maintain balance, another institution must emerge to resolve the dysfunction, that is, crime. Consequently, the criminal justice system is developed to address issues concerning crime. Social conflict. Social conflict theorists assume that society is a complex system. Society is characterized by inequality and conflict. Inequality and conflict are designed to generate social change. Further, conflict theorists assume that society is not stable, but full of contradictions, inequalities, and conflicts. It follows that conflict theorists investigate how race, gender, religion, class, age, etc., are all linked to an unequal distribution of resources. By resources, we mean wealth, power, prestige, schooling, land, etc. Generally, some groups have more resources than others. Men have more resources than women. Whites have more resources than Latinos. Rich have more resources than the poor. It follows that Karl Marx argued that some social systems, capitalism, benefit the rich while depriving and exploiting the poor. For Marx, conflicts occurs between two combatant groups, that is, rich versus poor, owners versus workers, men versus women, etc. Change. How does change occur? For Marx, change occurs by protests, strikes, revolution, wars, etc. In short, change occurs by conflict. The Montgomery bus boycott, 1955, led by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Rosa Parks, is an excellent example of the conflict perspective. Symbolic interaction. Symbolic interactionists assume that society is a product of everyday interactions among individuals. So, what is being produced? The product becomes the definition of the situation, that is, the shared interpretation of the interaction among individuals. The focus of symbolic interaction is how people act towards one another and how they make sense of those interactions. People create, manipulate, and modify their social world through symbols. Symbols are anything that carry meaning, like signs, gestures, pictures, tears, winks, cell phones, etc. For example, a tear is a symbol that carries meaning. Does the tear imply happiness or sadness? It depends on the context in which the tear occurs. If one is crying at a wedding, we assume tears of joy. If one cries at a funeral, we assume tears of sadness. Context then helps us define the situation and thus having a better understanding of the symbol.